everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So I've been doing a lot of resting, a lot of couch in the sense of trying to feel better, and I do. I feel so much better. It's been a few days since my last video I filmed, so I feel significantly improved. And I'm allowed to start going out again tomorrow. So as per my doctor, yeah, I'm doing much better. But I've been spending a lot of time inside resting. I've been watching a lot of TV just because I haven't had a lot of energy. But I've been doing other things that I could do on the couch. So there have been some creative endeavors that have been happening. So I do want to show you some creative things that have been happening recently, some things that I'm working on. Also, I need to make dinner today, and my sister gave me this great idea for a recipe a few weeks ago, and I wanted to try it, and you know, it feels like today is the day to try it out. So she told me about how she makes like slow cooked pulled chicken in the slow cooker with barbecue sauce. I was like, I have barbecue sauce in the fridge, I have chicken in the fridge, let's do it. So apparently it's like you just dump it in and you let the slow cooker do its thing, and that's it. So we'll see how it works out. We'll see if my sister is a genius. She usually is with this kind of stuff, so we'll give this a try. And I also went routing around in my closet looking for like, what can I do with my time while I'm stuck at home? I found something. I found this in my closet. So if you can't tell what this is, it's one of those things where it's like wooden pieces. So it's like wooden pieces. And we're gonna have to punch the wooden pieces out of the board. We gotta pop the wooden pieces out of the board. And then you assemble it, and it's a dragon. But it gets cooler than that. Look at this. On the back, it shows that the dragon has motion and the wings flap. So we're gonna test my engineering skills. So after I get the chicken in the slow cooker, I'm gonna watch some TV, and I'm gonna try to assemble a flying dragon. That's my goal for today. So you can keep me company while I assemble this dragon. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's do it. Okay, this is supposed to be super straightforward. So we have the chicken, and it's like boneless, skinless chicken breast. So it's like the tenderloins. And this is the barbecue sauce that I use. And the reason I use this, no sugar added. And if you look at the label, it's like tomato concentrate, apple cider vinegar, date paste, onion powder, spices, garlic powder, sea salt, and the stars mean organic. So just as a reminder, I avoid refined sugar because it increases inflammation, and as part of the protocol that I follow, refined sugar is not allowed on that diet. So the only sweeteners I use are honey and fruits, and dates are a fruit, so dates are acceptable. So date paste is okay in this sense. It's very hard to find barbecue sauce that doesn't have added sugar. So this was like a gem when I found it. I was so excited. Okay, I'm literally just gonna put the chicken and the barbecue sauce in the slow cooker, and set it, and not forget it. I'll remember it later, but that's it. That's it. Okay, chicken in goes the barbecue, and more than that, yeah, slather it. Slather in the barbecue. Okay, we'll start there, and I gotta get a spoon and mixy. Okay, it's all slathered on there real good. I'm gonna put this lid, I'm gonna cover it up. Gotta line it up just so, because these little hooks, gotta get these little hooks correct. Click. And then we turn it on. It's thinking about being on. It's thinking about life as a slow cooker. 8 hours, and yeah, then we'll have some yummy chickens. So I love using my slow cooker when I have time to be planful. There are certainly times that it's just like I get home from work and I need to slap something together real fast. That is not a slow cooker night. However, today is a Sunday. I have nowhere to be, and I am home all day. It's rainy out, it's December, it's chilly. It's a slow cooker day. Right? Like that's the equation to this. So perfect day for a slow cooker. I'm home all day. I'm able to watch it. I know some people will like like let it cook while they're doing things. I will not do that. I am too concerned that something could go awry. I will never leave my slow cooker unattended. That is not the way I roll. So I'm home, it's doing its thing. I'm here to supervise it, and all will be well. So now we can head over to the couch and start popping out those little dragon pieces and seeing like, how does this work? What are we gonna do? Am I gonna have a dragon, or am I gonna totally mess this up? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Let's go. So I also recently mentioned some of my other creative endeavors that I've been working on. One of them is hanging on my wall. You might recognize this. I started it on camera but finished it off camera. Let me show you how it turned out. So I did this painting, and it's designed to be a Candyman like Tony Todd and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory mashup. So that is why he is in the purple suit with the top hat, but there's all the bees and you can see his hook behind him. So it is a mashup picture hanging next to Freddy. Another thing I was working on and I finished yesterday. Now this one, it's still very, very rough, even though it's finished. This is just like a sketchbook drawing. This wasn't meant to hang on a wall. It's like in my sketchbook, right? That's what it was meant to. It was meant as an exercise to get me drawing again. And I drew Tommy Henriksen. So if you don't know Tommy is the guitarist for the Alice Cooper Band. He is also the frontman for Crossbone Scully. Awesome, talented, amazing musician. So he's down in my sketchbook. So my sketchbook is just a way for me to practice drawing. You know, it's small enough that I could take it with me. You know, there are some sketches in here that are better than others. There are some that are literally just an exercise in drawing. There are others that are an exercise in creativity. And when I say an exercise in creativity, like this is an example of that. Like a pirate ship sailing on the Rum River, right? Like it's an exercise in creativity. It wasn't meant to be a stellar masterpiece. So that's my sketchbook. I've been working on that. And while I've been stuck on this couch for a while, I have my bag of yarn here. And in my bag of yarn is the project I'm in the middle of working on. So I got this vintage pattern. You may recall I did a video of my first attempt at this, and I totally messed it up. I had to frog the whole project. I pulled it apart and I undid it. It was a mess. I really messed up the first time I did it. But I did not give up on it. I went back, I tried again, and I'm making a piratey skull sweater. So this is where I'm at with it so far. So pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. I'm trying to back up so you can see the whole length that I've done so far. So I've gotten that far on it, which is awesome. It's a vintage pattern from I think the 1950s, if I'm not mistaken, that I'm using to make this. So I thought that was pretty cool too. So that's the creative endeavors I've been working on. I'll probably work a little bit more on that in a little while. But back to this guy. Let's get our dragon built. Let's do it. Okay, I got the plastic off. So let's see what we got here. So, okay, these are all shrink wrapped together. So it looks like, oh, and we have instructions back here. Okay, instructions I think in this case are important. So let me get this plastic off. There we go. Plastic out of the way. Oh, there's wings. There's wings. Oh, that was almost bad. I started pulling and I was pulling on what was wings. Okay, so these are just like pieces of paper that look like feathery wings. We'll see where those go. I'm sure they go on the wings. Okay, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of these boards of pieces. So all of these we'll be able to punch these out, I believe. But I want to look at the instructions. I want to look at the instructions before I start doing things. And then there's also like rubber bands and string and little bits of things in here too. My guess is those bits of things are to help make it fly, like the flapping mechanism. So this is actually a hefty instruction booklet here. Okay, it's pictorial. It's pictorial, so that should be helpful, hopefully. I'm gonna look through the pictorial diagrams and get a sense of what I need to do, and then we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make a dragon. So the first thing that I have learned, I have not punched anything out yet, is that there is a tool amongst these pieces. So this one right here, this one, it kind of looks like a crocheting hook actually. This is a tool, and it's telling me to punch that out. It's also telling me that some of the pieces they give you a duplicate for, just in case. And if there's a plus sign, like this one over here, see this one has a plus sign on it? That's a duplicate. So there is an extra in case something goes awry with it. So that's good to know. So I'm gonna start by punching out the tool, and then we'll punch out the other pieces. So something I noticed as I was putting these little tiny peg pieces in is like they click into place. You know when they're in all the way. So it's like you don't want to push too hard because it is delicate, but you can push hard enough that it goes click, and like you know it's in. Like I knew when it was in all the way. It literally clicked in. So that was kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Next I need number 5s, but it has a plus sign, so this is an extra one. So I'm just gonna punch out the 2 I need, and I'll leave the other one in the board for now. It has wing frames. It has wing frames. I made a gear. Look at that. How cool is that?
I'm unarmed.
Okay, so I pulled it apart a little bit, and they gave me this little like clump of wax, like candle wax. So I'm just kind of like rubbing a little bit of wax on the part that's supposed to spin, and I'm gonna see if that helps to loosen it up, because I feel like once I get past this step, there's no turning back. Like if I click the cover piece on, they're in. So I want to make sure, I want to make sure that they're spinning correctly before I sort of like lock them into place. So let's see if that little bit of wax rub did the trick here. I'm hoping it did. I'm hoping. They're definitely moving around and there a lot more. Okay, so that's in there. Make sure these gears are in there. Okay. Oh, yeah, they're spinning more. It doesn't look like a perfect scenario here, but they're able to wiggle about. Okay. Yeah, they're wiggling about, so that's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. So now I'm gonna cap them into place. Uh-oh, y'all. Uh-oh. So I was following the instructions, and I got to a point where it said to sort of test the gears. So where did I put it? So I had these gears stacked on here, and it said to rotate them to make sure that like the wings were flapping, right? And I had a feeling I was going to have some issues with the wings flapping. But I didn't listen to my feelings, I didn't listen to my instincts, and I was turning and I felt a give, so I was like, oh, the wings are starting to flap. The problem is the give I was feeling was not the wings flapping, it was the wood breaking, and this is a piece that it did not give me an extra piece of. Yo, I messed it up, I broke it. I have some glue. I'm going to try to glue it back on. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. This may be the end of the wings flapping for good. But I was so close. Look, I was so close. Look, see, they're going up, and then they could go down. I was so close. I almost got the wings to flap. I was so close. So I'm gonna glue this back on, see if maybe I could save it. I hope. We're gonna try. So I've been adding more gears on, and this is what I'm at so far. So you can see I added this like paddle, and it goes all the way through, and it has gears on it. But because of the whoopsie, this gear set right here will no longer spin. And because of that whoopsie, this dragon will not flap its wings. Because when you turn this, it's supposed to turn this, which in turn turns that, which in turn makes the flap. Yeah, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep building a dragon. It will be a cool dragon, but a stationary dragon. But it's interesting putting all the gears together anyway. So this is pretty cool. It's just unfortunate that I over-torqued one of the gears and caused the non-flapping of the wings. But I'm not giving up on it. I'm going to finish it. It'll still be a cool stationary dragon. So I have popped out the first board. And this is where I'm at with the first board completed and assembled. So a bunch of gears going through, lots and lots of mechanisms that are not going to function, but the structure of the wings and the torso is coming into place. How cool. Got the wing structure that way, torso structure coming into place. So I'm going to work on the second board, and I'll show you what it looks like after the second board is attached. So I finished putting together the pieces from the second board. So this is where we're at. So his torso is expanding. I'm questioning if this is going to lead to a neck. I would think so, unless that's the front, and that's not. But the cool thing, look at all these rubber bands. It had me installing rubber bands with this hook. So it had me pop out this hook, and then it had me attach rubber bands to one of these discs, and then like reach the hook in through here and pull the rubber bands up to this piece. So that's creating some kind of tension. I'm not fully sure how this is going to play out in the end, but pretty cool use of rubber bands if you ask me. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna keep building this dragon. We're gonna keep going. Maybe that's the back of the dragon because the way these like scales are going. So maybe he goes this way. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep building him. So I'm moving along. This is my dragon right now. He's got his little horns. The horns keep falling off, but that's okay. We're not done yet. Got his tail, his little wing structure, and the little pedestal that he stands on. So we are doing good. We are doing good. I'm also up to the last board. So we're almost done. There were 5 boards. I did 4. So almost there. Almost there. I did it. My dragon is done. It's a done dragon. Woo! Whee! Yeah, it's really cool. Oh, things are falling off of it. Uh-oh. But yeah, look, my dragon is done. So here is my finished dragon. So it has a little bit of like movement to it. So you can see it like wiggles a little. It has a little give. But yeah, let's see. Look at his little dragon face. Oh my goodness, he's so cool. He's like, roar, I'm a dragon, roar. Oh my goodness, he came out really cool. I'm so disappointed that I broke the gear, because if I didn't, his wings would flap and that would be like extra cool. But you can see he has these feather wings, which I mean, I think are a little out of place. I don't know that the feather wings were necessary, but I was following the instructions and it said put on the feather wings, so I did. So I've been at this the better part of the day. It took a while to put this dragon together. So long that let me show you my slow cooker. You might remember when I said it was for 8 hours. That means it's been 5 hours that I've been working on this dragon. But look at this chicken. This looks like it's going to be some tasty chicken. So I'm excited for dinner, but that's 3 hours away. So now that my dragon is assembled, my chicken is still cooking, I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty beat. So I'm going to go clean up, probably relax, read a little bit, and I'm going to call it a day. So with that, I am done, and I'll see you all real soon. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.